Happy Austin 316 Day, and boy howdy, they pulled out all the stops for Monday Night Raw. This was easy, an AA- show. I absolutely enjoyed myself tonight. I highly recommend going and watching it. I'm going to change the format of the show. We're going to talk all the stories, and then I'm going to rank the matches in order of what you should see and what you can miss. But yeah, for real, this was a solid episode beginning to end. We even had Roman Reigns throughout the show, and not just Roman Reigns, but the actual Bloodline Roman Reigns and the Bloodline Usos tonight as well. Just like, this was great. This was awesome. We're going to talk about it, but first, Chop316 says, if you want to win this belt on my shoulder, all you got to do is comment below and subscribe to the channel. At 20,000 subscribers, which is only about, 500 away, I'm going to give away this belt on a live stream. Heck, who knows? Maybe I'll give it away on the WrestleMania live stream at the rate that we are going. So please comment, subscribe, because you got to comment. That's how I pick a winner, and you can win this belt right here. Not a toy. It's a replica. All right, so let's talk. Do I talk about that awesome, amazing ending, the Roman Reigns CM Punk ending, or do I talk about who answered the call of Brock Lesnar? Because at first I thought it was going to be, oh, here we go, Brock versus Seth Rollins, but no. We got ourselves a juicy matchup at WrestleMania. It's Oba Femi. Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar. They did it. Oh my God, I was afraid they were going to have Oba Femi answering everybody's open challenge except for Brock, but nope, they did it. Thank you. But let's talk Roman Reigns and CM Punk first. You know what? That's probably the better thumbnail. So, if I have time, I might do an Easter egg video on this one too. A lot of juicy stuff here. But okay, so Roman Reigns throughout the entire night has been just like we've been anticipating. They actually did multiple backstage segments with Roman tonight, which they need to do more of. Roman comes out of this car about that at like 8:30. And the Usos are there. They kind of look at each other, then Roman smiles, the Usos smile, and Jay's all in right now. I love Jay. Right-hand man, Jay's all in. He's like, yeah, I punched him. I should have punched him again. He still owes us an apology. Love that. And then Roman basically says that, you know what? He does owe you guys an apology. Everybody should be offended. Everybody in the Bloodline should be offended. And he says, I'm, whatever you guys do before or after, that's fine. Just, I got him on WrestleMania night, but whatever the family does before that is whatever. CM Punk will even call it out. Did you put a hit on me? And Roman's like, I didn't say that. Roman. I acknowledge you, Roman. And then, in the back, they have another segment where Jay is also still saying, he owes me an apology. I love this Jay, because he's so amped up and just wants to show Roman that he's ready to be the tribal chief, but he doesn't really want to be the tribal chief, but he's showing Roman that he does. I don't know. It's just good stuff. I love this. And then Roman says, I got this. Don't worry about it. What's he going to do? Beat me up? And then he laughs. Yes, this is the Roman that I love. This is the Roman. That's the 1316-day Roman Reigns. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm geeking out right now because I missed him. I missed Roman Reigns because the guy that we've been seeing, the guy who got his shoes stolen, the guy who, that was not my Roman. This is my Roman. And it was good. So Roman comes out and he's like, this is my show. This is my show. And CM Punk will eventually come out. They do name drop Samoa Joe. And I am hoping that people don't think that this was disrespectful towards Samoa Joe. I remember last time when they were name dropping Drew McIntyre, they were like, oh, they buried Drew. They were not burying Samoa Joe. I'm happy they brought him up. Samoa Joe's awesome and amazing. And it was funny because Punk at one time was like, you're making fun of my name by just calling me Phil. That doesn't faze me. I'd call you Joe, but like I wouldn't want to be disrespectful to another Samoan Joe or something like that. And I was like, oh, Samoan Joe. I was like that meme where you're like, oh, they said it. But then Roman just is like, he's like, yeah, why don't you call him up and ask him how that happened or what happened there? And yeah, you know what? Roman Reigns always got the better of Samoa Joe. In fact, they had one of the most boring, lamest main events. I think it was Fastlane. I thought it was so lame. They should not have been on last, but let's not talk about that right now. I love Samoa Joe. He is so good, and I love Roman Reigns, and I like CM Punk even. Please don't mistake me for being a CM Punk hater right now, but I'm just telling you, I am feeling this Roman Reigns, and they're going back and forth. There was one moment where it seemed like Punk didn't have anything to say. I really felt that Roman, like, he won. I feel like Roman verbally beat CM Punk, and that's a hard thing to do because up until now, Roman has, like, they've been toe-to-toe. It's been a draw, but I feel that Roman, ironically tonight, got a knockout victory on CM Punk. And I say it's ironic because it ends with CM Punk knocking Roman down, but Roman, at one point, it reminded me of when John Cena did this to Roman, and he was like, it's called a promo. Go on, come on. At one point, Roman's like, what, you got nothing to say? Come on, say something. And Roman did the thing where he talks to the camera and he talks to the crowd. Is this what you cheer? Is this what you cheer? And that also reminded me of Gladiator. Are you not entertained? Yeah, Roman totally got it. Now, CM Punk wasn't a total chump in this whole thing. He was able to, like, he fought back, but he definitely lost. And my favorite line, or not my favorite line, but a line that I popped on because I feel like I'm the only one, and I know I'm probably not, but I feel like I'm the only one that's really brought this up a lot, was that AJ Lee does the exact same stuff that Roman Reigns does. And Roman said, hey, if you want, you're going to complain and say the same boring stuff that I'm never here. I'm a part-timer. If you want big-time money, why don't you, the big-time schedule, ask your wife. She's got it. So, like, boom, right there. Yeah. It's so good. And Roman earlier in one of the segments was like, all I care about is being by my wife and my kids. I don't care if they call me part-time. All I care about my wife and my kids, what they think. So, just beautiful stuff. Mwah, I will do. You know what? I'm going to try really hard to do a breakdown of this segment, but, like, do yourself a favor. Go watch it. Absolutely go and watch this. And it will end with CM Punk. Like, Roman says eventually, you know what, I wasn't gonna go here. And then you're like, what's he gonna say? He's gonna bring up Larry, his dog, because CM Punk brought up Roman's dad last week. And by the way, CM Punk did say, I deserved that punch. So CM Punk, like I said, did know what he was doing. He knew he purposely crossed the line, and he was okay with taking the receipt for crossing the line. So I'm waiting for Roman to cross the line. And then Roman just ends with, yeah, I'm better looking than you. I'm stronger than you. And quite frankly, CM Punk, you're old. I would say you're old. CM Punk decked him. I think that CM Punk might have really punched him, to tell you the truth. But, like, he decked him. Roman fell. This is the part I didn't like. Like, I don't want just pull apart brawls just because, let's do a 10-minute pull apart brawl and call that a storyline. Tonight probably could have warranted a pull apart brawl. Once the punch happened, I think at this point we should have got a pull apart brawl here, because instantly we got all the officials pulling Punk away, and Roman's laughing though. Roman starts laughing, who's in whose head and all this stuff. So Roman looked good in this, but I really think Punk should have just win, and this is where you have a pull apart brawl after a banger promo. I think some people are going to be like, I want more storyline than this, but I think these guys are having such juicy combat on the microphone that I'm actually happy with how everything is going right now. But a pull-apart brawl would have been nice to kind of put the cherry on top for tonight. I think they'll probably end, their last confrontation will be a pull-apart brawl, and, but yeah, I think tonight should have been it. but whatever. Good stuff tonight. Don't like that the officials pulled them away. Like, try that in the Attitude Era. Like, I don't understand why we can't just let them go at each other. Why is the officials? Why do the officials got to be there ruining all the fun? But great stuff. Now let's go to the beginning of Raw. We start off with Seth Rollins and his Foot Clan. They come out and they're like, blah, 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 you know, and then Seth Rollins instantly pulls off the mask and he starts talking. I really think we should have went with silent Seth Rollins. He's such a, like, he's always like blabbering his mouth and laughing and stuff. I think this could have been a good silent Seth Rollins character for a little bit, because like, hey, you know what? He's like a man with no friends, because he turned on everybody to join the Vision, to start the Vision, but then the Vision turned on him. He should have been a man without a country for a little bit, and he could have just been silent. But no, he just starts talking, and he says he's going to destroy anybody that's associated with Paul Heyman. That brings out a disheveled Paul Heyman, probably didn't sleep for 3 days, bloodshot eyes, and he's like, you know, F-A-F-O, F-A-F-O, F-A-F-5, Brock Lesnar comes out, and it's like, oh, God. I didn't want Brock versus Seth. They already did that. Been there, done that. And then Oba comes out. Well, Brock did beat up all the putties, and then Oba comes out, and Brock's like, what? And then Oba literally proceeds to Kofi Kingston Brock Lesnar, and it was amazing and awesome. About 8 seconds. I kind of wish that was the match. I kind of wish that was the match at WrestleMania, because I'm still not over what they did to Kofi. God, I hate that. Don't get me started. Worst booking. Maybe the second worst booking decision of all time. The squash match of Brock and Kofi. The first is Triple H Booker T. But WrestleMania. But yeah, so Oba. And then Oba proceeds to put his foot on Brock Lesnar. What a statement. It was like, wow. I know I am afraid of how they're going to book Oba Femi in the future, but right this second in the present, this was everything. Loved it. And Seth just sat there. Seth just watched it all happen, and then he kind of just bounced. Don't know what we're doing there. I think Braun Breaker, maybe he's going to be ready for WrestleMania in time. Otherwise, what's Seth going to do? And actually, what's LA Knight, going to do too. But like, oh man, this was so good stuff. Great stuff right here. Then the other segments, well, I can tell you the matches right now, and then we'll talk about some other segments. Match-wise, I would say my favorite match of tonight was probably Penta and Dragon Lee. Penta Dragon Lee, go out of your way, watch that. Great match right there. Second would probably either be Bayley and AJ Lee, or the Grandes. OG Grande versus Tall Grande. Probably Bayley, AJ Lee. This is the second time they ever fought. Really good friends. Bayley did tap, and then after we did have Becky Lynch pretty much beat up AJ Lee. So now we know we're gonna have that match. I don't want to see it a third time. If Becky had won at Elimination Chamber, I probably wouldn't want to watch this. But now it's just like, I guess. I mean, if they give the title back to Becky, but I don't know. It's just like kind of like, I'm kind of over this like 8-month feud that like they've taken months away from each other and then try to restart it. But it was a good match. And then the Grande match was pretty cool because there were shenanigans. Surprise, surprise. At one point, though, they put the metal. One of the guys puts the metal in a passed out Tall Grande's head, and then OG Grande will do a flying headbutt, and then he just gets knocked out, and then Tall Grande pins him. They played some from Triple A where the Grandes handcuffed OG Grande. So the storyline's like, it's there. I kind of like, it's like their own little universe. The Grandes are in their own little universe, a pocket universe, and I enjoy it. Here and there. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like, jump the shark, and then sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of like this tonight. And then there was 2 more matches. We had then Raquel Rodriguez, Raquel Rodriguez and Stephanie Vakir. At some point, Liv gets involved, which brings out Io Sky. So it looks like Io Sky and Raquel Rodriguez are going to be in a program because Io got beat up by Raquel last week during the gauntlet match. Stephanie Fakir will win. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, she's the champion. She should win, but I just don't like keep giving Raquel Rodriguez losses. I think we should be really building her up and not giving her losses. So I just don't think she should have really been in this match tonight, to tell you the truth. And then the final match, Natalya versus Maxine Dupri. Maxine lost. I'm not feeling this feud. I'm not feeling it. Maybe someone else is. It's Natty for this Ronda Rousey 2.0 type gimmick that she's going on, and I get it. People are gonna hate me for that because Natty was here first. Natty's like blah blah blah, and she is great. I've seen Natty on in Bloodsport and AAA, and I'm like, yeah, this is the Natty I want in WWE. Maybe her unhinged character just doesn't work in the sanitized product that is WWE. But yeah, I'm just like, okay, so I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it in WWE. I like Natty and Bloodsport, but in WWE, I'm like, I don't know. But so she beat Maxine Dupri. I don't know what we're doing with Maxine Dupri, so that was a decision. I'll just wait and see. But like, okay, I guess. Maxine Dupri lost to Natty. Is there going to be follow-up? Or is this going to be a 7-month feud now that is basically fought over a lantern, like the MFTs in Solo, where it just keeps going forever and there's no real conclusion? Is that going to be Natty and Maxine Dupri? I hope not. But that was the ranking of my matches here. Definitely Penta and Dragon Lee. Now let's talk about some other segments in the show. The Usos are confronted by LA Knight. I do like that LA Knight's like, I'm cool with you guys, but I'm not cool with you guys if you're with the Bloodline. And then Jay's like, he won't fist bump LA Knight. So that was good, but what is LA Knight going to do? Like, Seth Rollins doesn't have an opponent right now. What about LA Knight? We have, Randy Orton. We'll end with the Randy Orton stuff. Liv Morgan does a promo on how she basically joined the Judgment Day, and she's always wanted to kick out Finn, so her plan just went into motion. It's weird. So is this a feud between Liv Morgan and Finn Balor? This should have been a couples. This should have been a couples promo. Dominic and Liv Morgan, because Liv starts talking about Stephanie Fakir in here too. I mean, it's great. It's great that Liv is like the mastermind behind all this, but I think her and Dom should have delivered this. That way, because Finn can't fight. He can't fight Liv Morgan. So, like, it could have easily been insinuated that this is Liv Morgan's brainchild and that she corrupted Dominic Mysterio to do everything. And it could have still happened. I don't care if Dom had fought at AAA and he wasn't medically cleared. You don't have to be medically cleared to do a promo. In fact, Seth Rollins isn't medically cleared and he's dancing with a bunch of ninjas. So, like, yeah, I think that should have happened, but it was a good segment with Liv Morgan just basically laid out that she's an evil genius. And then we're gonna end with we have an interview with Randy Orton. How, Randy? How could you attack Cody Rhodes? And I'm like thinking to myself, why are we doing this on Raw? Why are we doing this on Raw? But thankfully they didn't really do it on Raw. Well, they kind of did. They kind of did it. So it's via satellite, and he's on his phone. He's like, 1 minute. And so that was cool that he waited. And then he was talking to him, and like, I think it's The Rock. I really think he was talking to The Rock here, because at the end of this, he goes, Michael Cole, I know I said I was going to give you an explanation, but I changed my mind. I'm not going to give you an interview. And he's like, I'm not sure how it came up, but he was like, and who I was on the phone with? Well, let's just say wrestling has more than one royal family. I got a phone call from Mark. And so, like, who could it be? Ric Flair? I mean, because you got Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair. Like, who would Randy talk to about wrestling has more than one royal family? And I'm thinking it's The Rock. The Rock, last year they called The Rock in when ticket sales were low for Elimination Chamber. Well, ticket sales are low for WrestleMania. They could instantly start the soul storyline again, where Randy just gave his soul to The Rock. I don't know. Like every 3 months, I think I'm like, what if we do The Rock? I think originally I put The Rock in the box. At one point, I booked The Rock to come out of the crate that Danhausen came out of, which reminds me, okay, we're going to end on Danhausen. So, yeah, we don't know. A mystery phone call now. Triple H just loves his mysteries, but Randy Orton talking to someone, says I'll be on SmackDown. Then we'll hear it. Love that Randy's all in. He's like, I'm a killer. I'm going to kill. So, peak Randy Orton, peak Roman Reigns, peak Oba Femi, peak, awesome stuff here. And peak Danhausen. Danhausen and Kofi Kingston at one point. Kofi goes up to Javon Evans again. It looks like those two are going to have probably a mini feud. And then eventually Danhausen goes up to Kofi and is like, hey, I want to, can I join? I'll be your replacement for Xavier Woods. And he's like, Kofi's like, I'm not looking for anybody. You're not in the New Day. And then he's like, I'm not? Okay, well, you are cursed. And when he curses, Kofi's like, and then he hides behind Grayson Waller. So Grayson Waller takes the bullet, and Grayson's like, you got me cursed? And that's hilarious. And the curse does work like that, because on the indie scene, Danhausen did a curse one time, and a guy pulled up a mirror, and it bounced, and I believe Danhausen took the bullet that time. So Kofi got Grayson Waller cursed, and I thought that was so funny. This reminded me of when the New Day sold Jericho's "You Just Made the List," where they're like, no, don't do it. Where Kofi was just like, no. It was great stuff right there. Like, could we please have Kofi Mania too? Kofi, I hope you really enjoyed Oba Femi squashing Brock Lesnar tonight. Please, God, let Oba win at WrestleMania. All right, boys. All right, girls. That's your Monday Night Raw. Go watch this one. It was fun. It was enjoyable. I liked it. Skip the natty stuff and Maxine Dupree. And probably you don't need to watch Raquel and Stephanie Fakir either. That's like whatever. But there you go. Boys, girls, see ya, bye.